Okay, let's get set up on the screen here. That. Control. Hold on a second. No. Well, that's what we're going to get. Okay. I can't seem to make this any bigger, so that's it. I know there's a key combination that I can hit, and somebody taught it to me once, but I forget what it is. Because up there in the corner, sometimes the magnifying glass. Right now there isn't, so this is as big as I can get it. Yeah. All right. So, Micro Halloween, Paul Bennett. John Lowell, Riot Demon, John C. Line Cook Thor, Jamie Thaxton, Ken Zarish, Lisa Ochrent, Jeremiah Dempsey, Philly G, hi. Ron Sheps, hi y'all. Kim Beady-Eyed Brad Kennedy, Head Static, Misty Jazierski, Cat Swift, you did get a notification. The Blue Fairy, hello. Nate Slankard, William Hickey, Herman Munster 65. Let's get this party started indeed. Hello, Stacy Hawkins and Big Worm 928331. I'm just going to call you Big Worm. Mike Cherzanowski, Monty T. Freak, Cassandra Nylander, Angie Rogers, Rachel Sanford, Chad Smith, Rob O'Brien. Los Angeles Art. I had you. I lost you. Very glary right now. All right, Los Angeles Art. Art, hit the like button. Thank you very kindly. The Haunt Dermots, Cat Swift, Cora Faulkner, hello. Thank you for saying you like the show. You actually said you love the show. I appreciate that. Tonight I have to make a Jack Frost and I have to make a Grouch. And I got to pour up a Krampus. So a little bit of everything. Glad to hear your Grouch is coming along well. Black Craft 27, Grumpy Creations, you made it to Alive. Karen Dutton, Kathy Coleman, and that's it. That's plenty. Boy, that writing is tiny, and I don't know how to make it any bigger. Does anybody know, like, because up here in the corner, like up there in the corner, not where you see, like, not this. This is my computer thing, but there should be a little magnifying glass right there. Control plus plus. Okay. Control plus plus. Let's see if that works. Control plus. Yes! Man, you guys are so smart. I don't know how I got by without you. Oh, okay. Trying to turn my Reaper into a Christmas Jack Frost. Make it skinny and throw a big round head on it. That is the answer. Control plus. That's what I have to remember. You know what? I'm going to grab a Sharpie. Plus. Plus. There. Now I'll know. Okay. I just wrote it on the TV, so I'll remember. It's my TV. No one's going to complain. Okay, I'm making room so that I can work on this and pour up the promptus piece. Rob O'Brien, oh, never mind. Trying to see if I missed anything by Rob O'Brien. Oh, creeping around to see if I were going live. I am going live, Rob O'Brien. Turned out that I did. Now, hey, there's only 69 of you here. I'm going to tell you something. A change is in the air, okay? I'm going to have to change something. And here's what I'm going to change, all right? I'm going to start another Facebook channel called Stilt Beast Live for live videos. What's happening is I gained a big audience in October, and I can watch every time I do a live video, I lose like 5 people, 9 people. They're unsubscribing because of the lives. The lives are very long. They're a little scattered. So I understand that. I have a live audience, and then I have a regular video audience. YouTube Wednesday videos were first, so I'm going to let them stay where they're at, and then I will do another channel for the live videos. So there you go. Can I build you a husband? It's possible. It won't be a moving. No, I'm not going to get into life-size silicone dolls. Probably not. Maybe I could send you some recommendations. Yeah. YouTube channel, not Facebook. But you know, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe to both. So, you know, it's free. You just have to, another thing to subscribe to. I'll do an actual video on my YouTube channel. I'll do an actual video on the channel, letting people know of the change and the switch over, and I'll probably do a reminder every now and then. But then I can kind of reference both channels. I don't think it'll be long before the Stilt Beast Studios Live kind of gets monetized. So, yeah. Lisa, I am a husband. Not all husbands resemble that remark. I'll have you know. And Cora, you're taking a giant risk. You come out looking like one of my monsters. The way to properly clean a table is to move everything off of one end onto the other end. In case you didn't know, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. And then I will say, this half of this table is clean. I'm going to put these on top of my head so I know where they're at right now. No, the live is going to be on YouTube. It will not be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. Now, it'll be very easy to just share the live stuff into the Creepers page too. The Creepers page will work for both. Yeah, it's not a Facebook channel, it's a YouTube channel. I have to make another YouTube channel. David, you said hello to talented people. Will you also say hello to me? It would only be nice. Yes, I am often on the pumpkin teeth page, pimping the pumpkin teeth, because pimping ain't easy. No, it is easy, using pumpkin teeth. Hello, Ryan Bisengard. Hope you're doing well. Didn't I see you do some kind of like green man art recently? That looked really cool. I like that. Okay, I'm almost done cleaning this half of the table. You in the doghouse. Interesting. Is it foggy in the shop? Odds are good my lens is dirty. How's that? Does that clear things up? Yes, it's not a Facebook channel. It is a YouTube channel. I don't know if I said Facebook. I didn't mean to say Facebook. It's hard because I have to read comments and speak. And sometimes the word that I say is a word I'm actually reading. So, sorry. Yes, I will be. And probably Monday is when the new channel will roll out. I hope that it will quickly get to 1,000 subscribers so that it just makes my life easier because I can monetize it fast and I can do a lot of other stuff with it. Like, I don't know if you can do lives if you don't have a certain amount of people. I don't know if I can start yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Because I think you can only do lives once you have a certain amount of subscribers. Jack Frost and a Grouch. That could describe your marriage. That's awesome. Oh, it on the flow.
Sorry. Okay. Tell about the new channel.
I did mention the new channel. Okay. And now, since there's not a tragedy, I'm going to move this mold.
I would say you can go live under 1,000, but not from a mobile device.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to use my spiffy camera setup. I can do that. I got a fancy new microphone. I can do that.
Mike A. T. Freak says it'd be awesome for you and Pumpkin Rock to make a line of mask design.
Yeah, it would be. Pumpkin Rock's pretty awesome, dude. With lots of good work. This is the mold for the LED Prompus. I've got to pour one of these up tonight.
What is the new YouTube channel going to be called?
It'll be called Stilt Beast Live. Stilt Beast Live. That's my guess. I hope they develop, you know what I mean? There might be an issue where they're like, you can't name it that, and then I gotta name it Stilt Beast Live 221 or something like that. We'll see how it goes.
Jack Frost is friend of Grouch. Hi, Creepers, Alan and wife. Hope everyone's doing well.
We are.
He said, call it Still Be Stead. And Cat Swift is concerned that Cheney's chewing on something.
It's what Cheney does. And nothing's killed him yet. That's why I have 3 dogs. I need 2 dogs. But I have 3 just in case one makes really poor choices. You know. Okay.
Josie says, sometime tonight, get the doggies and kitties to smooch for me.
Hooray!
What is the average weight of the molds you make?
The average weight? Probably 50 pounds. Probably 50 pounds.
Ron says that's why my parents had 3 kids.
Yeah,
Backup
yeah.
dog.
You need 2 kids, but just in case one has bad choices. Oh, okay, so this latex is actually a little bit thick too. I'm gonna grab some distilled water, we're gonna thin it.
One of my cats was chasing the pleading when I started the angel, says Andy A.M. That's a cat for you.
Yeah, cats are all kinds of help.
Cats are so tired. Ryan Visengard, he says, I got a new kitten. Oh, Ryan! You'll have to send me videos. Oh, I'm excited. Did you hear that, honey? Ryan's got a new kitten.
I heard.
Isn't that exciting?
I heard.
I'm excited.
If you send her cat videos, don't send them while I'm working live.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Brandon Marshall. Amy said she had a little pet for her skeleton Christmas house. Yes, she did.
They're fake though.
So explaining what you were doing there?
Yeah, I just added water to thin it out, so.
Ryan says, what are we pouring in an LED from this tonight?
This is a LED Krampus. Yes. This is sometimes a negative looks like a positive. How's that look on camera, wife?
Good. Susan and Ty?
Yeah, it looks like a positive, but that's a negative. And I'm about to do some pouring up tricks. Okay. And so this is going to kind of time the show. You know I'm going to be on at least 2 hours because that's how long this has to sit before I pour it out.
Chad Smith says, in the sculpt of this, what did you use for the housing portion to hold the LED and the cats?
I stabbed a big pen into the sculpt to make the impression, and then I just sculpted a barrel around it. Like I just did it all by eye and by hand.
Ryan says, the old haunted mansion gag, I see how you are at home.
That's right.
Rat Demon, for this angle it looks like we are looking at the top of his head. That's neat.
Yes, it does. And I'm putting zip ties in these teeth. I've been having some trouble with teeth bubbles. Well, I haven't been, but the folks who've been pouring this up have been having trouble with teeth bubbles. So I'm just going to do it. It takes longer to do it slow and do it right, but I ain't going to have no teeth bubbles.
Can you tint that with latex paint?
Can I tint what? The latex? You could, but I don't want to. Why? I don't want to make a mask that's not latex, or latex and something else. That's going to hurt the stretch, and the latex will lose. I'm going to alter its properties, and I want the properties of latex.
Watched you sculpt a sleeping cat today.
Oh, that's an oldie.
Lisa says, zip ties?
Yeah, the zip ties are going down into the teeth, so that when I pour up latex into there, I will be able to wiggle that and get the air bubble out of there. And this is just going to keep the zip ties a little bit elevated, so I won't lose their handles and stuff.
The original Disney Haunted Mansion 3 singing busts headed by Thurl Ravencroft were negative molds.
Yes, they were.
Hey, Dale Springfield.
Hello, Dale.
Dale Springfield, Promise Lab. airbrush.
He made a beautiful blue cross.
He did.
Now the trick is to pour it in nice and slow so that the zip ties don't get a chance to float. And I just need the teeth covered right now. I'm going to go one at a time, and I wiggle them to make sure all the air gets out of that hole and nothing but latex goes in it. And I get a little bubble out of each tooth, and that tells me I did a good job.
Angie Rogers says, until I get my foam head, I am using my vacuum for a bear mask holder. With plastic on it to keep it cat and keep it clean.
That'll work.
Cat off it.
Any port in a storm.
Blue River North says, nice trick.
Yeah, this way, in that little tooth cavity, I have an agitator, and I'm able to get out those little bubbles. Pretty much, once I see a bubble, I know it's done. And then I don't want this to turn. I don't want this to go like upside down, so that the teeth, the latex drains out of the teeth. Part of this working is making sure that these stay full of latex. It's like putting a cup underwater when you're washing dishes. All right. You grab a paintbrush. Everybody have a good day.
I just said, my foam head on a slow boat from China should just went to Wally World or Amazon.
Well, I also have bought foam heads actually from China. I don't know if you were joking or not, but I was not. And they take like 5 months to get here. Now, granted, I understand that there's some COVID math happening right now with shipping, which makes things way worse. Trash Panda, that's way worse.
Kat, did I scare you? Kat says, I'm fine, but she said, asked if I was okay. She says, as much as we need to keep you to keep us in line, if you need to go to bed early, please take it. What did I do?
I don't know.
What happened? I'm good, Kat. You should see what I knocked out today.
Yeah, we both kicked butt today.
We kicked some butt today.
I was doing.
We killed it today.
I was doing. I almost said shot butt stuff, but let's not say butt stuff. I was working in the shop today, of course, and Shannon took down fall decorations and Halloween decorations, and started putting up Christmas decorations. And that, you know what? It's wonderful. I don't know if, a lot of folks kind of have seasonal depression, and I get that. And try decorating. It'll help. I hate to say that, but, they sell those sunlights because, well, Christmas lights are as good as those sunlights. Even if you say you don't like Christmas, you can still be goth and angry and hate your dad music, but love Christmas. It's okay. Now, if someone else loves Christmas and you don't, they're not wrong. It's like Brussels sprouts. There's people out there who love Brussels sprouts. I don't tell them they're wrong. I'm just not going to eat their Brussels sprouts. This is the part where it's dangerous. Let's get dangerous. Look at that seam. Oh, sexy.
John C. says, I once got something from Japan in 2 days. I was shocked.
That didn't come from Japan.
Jason said, I noticed when I did the zip ties, if you let the latex dry, you get some nice small barnacles. Okay, that's nice.
Oh, you peel it off of the zip ties? Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you can.
Everybody's saying hello. They've all had a good day.
Awesome. I love that.
Well, Laughter says hello. Grumpy Creations. Anyone know where to find a military officer coat?
I don't.
Maybe somebody here does. Be rude to ask.
Yeah.
Why latex on the seam?
Just in case it's going to leak, I want to have that already filled with latex. I want to have that. I'm making a rubber gasket joint, a rubber gasket with the rubber I'm going to make the mask out of.
Why did you put latex around the flange of the mold? Okay, that's what you just answered.
Yes.
Andy Arison, I'm not a big fan of the holidays, so I do build for mainly my god kids. That's good.
Who said that?
Andy Ayer.
Oh, hello, Andy. I don't recognize Andy's name, but maybe I just haven't seen it. That is always possible. But if you're new, welcome, Andy.
John C. says in the Apple Turkey video, what is the gray cat or gargoyle head on the counter to the left of the stove? That's your Krampus cup.
In what video?
The Apple Swan video.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the...
Yeah, I have a Krampus mug from a Krampus mug ceramic artist that I keep my flavored water powder flavored packets in. Krampus cup.
Noel says, anybody that likes to eat meats, vegetables makes me concerned. Just saying. Get Sons of Lamb vibes from them. See, I love it. So buffering, you guys got us back? There's a little buffering there, and we lost a bit of you, and now it looks like it's back. You guys good? Hang on, I'll get back to the comments in just a second, but a lot of you are saying that we buffered.
I don't feel like I'm buffering.
You good? Looks good on my end. Okay, we're looking good.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Trying to catch back up again. I missed the answer about why the latex on the flange.
I'm making a rubber gasket. I'm going to fill that sucker up with latex, and I don't want it to leak. So the easiest way is to put something in that. The flange is kind of a hole, so I'm filling that hole up.
Scuba Steve?
Scuba Steve, I think he's really neat. Scuba Steve.
Yeah, back buffering problems most of the night. Too many folks shopping and tying everything up.
How dare they?
I'm hoping that this seems to be doing better now. You look at press on. Grumpy Creations is looking for, okay, you're looking for a coat. We've got some help here. There's some folks who might be able to help. Oddities, hello.
Oddities. It would be so nice if I had a shrunken head.
Shrunken head.
Yeah. That's like the first thing that popped into my mind with oddities. I used to make a lot of shrunken heads. Like shrunken heads at one point in time, those were big business. Like that was the first prop you learned how to make.
Baseman Haunter. Is USJ Hydrocal and USG Hydrocal white the same thing?
No. One is white. Hydrocal and Hydrocal white. The white is also called statuary Hydrocal sometimes. And you can find Hydro Stone, which is also different. They're just slight variations, and the U.S. Gypsum website has the differences listed pretty well on it. I have used white to make molds. It works okay.
Okay, it looks like the buffering is over. Thank you, guys. You're looking good over here, so glad you're good. Oh, boy, these dogs out.
We did. Kept them up past doggo bedtime.
Hey, Rogers, I'm very happy on my little Grouch figurine. It's the first little figure I've ever done in my lifetime.
I'm probably going to do a YouTube Wednesday on little figures here soon. I make little Krampuses, and I have a new way that I make them now, so I'll probably do a video on that.
Basement Hunter says, it's all I found that is local so far. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, you can make molds out of it.
Enigma, I've used Hydrostone before. Have you ever made a mold of it before it was more absorbent, or does it last longer?
It's more absorbent than Ultra Cal, but not as much as Hydro Cal.
Andy says it's like concrete when dry and hardened.
Yeah, kinda.
Six String Slayer Guitar Man says, what's the best latex nowadays that has the least chance of air bubbles?
Well, boy, air bubbles are kicking people's butt right now. I think that during COVID, I think what happened was some supply chains were interrupted, and I think that companies were thinning their latex differently, and were cutting their latex differently, and you're seeing some of that in bubbles. Latex Mass Central, we're getting a ton of bubble posts. And right now, Black Lagoon is saying they're out of stock. I think what it is a lot of the country is under freezing, and they can't ship, because if it freezes in transit, the product is ruined. So it's a hard time to buy latex right now anyway. I'm still having good luck with Biddy Mold Supply. I know that he bought a big stash early on, and I think his is still fine. So.
Gomez says hello.
Hello.
Ike Camacho says, I got to run. I drilled a pecan pie in 2 days. I'm not feeling good. Brian Bisengard, I always found it fascinating to look at pickable babies on the sideshows that I traveled along with when I was in my circus days. 2-headed calves, all kinds of crazy stuff. Scott Corner says hello.
Hello, Scott. Yeah, pickled punks are something that there's a couple vendors for them, but nobody's out there specializing in them. And I actually think that they would do well on a resale type situation, a sale situation. Not resale, that implies they're hand-me-down pickled punks.
Any thoughts about Monster Maker's latex?
I've been hearing some rough stuff lately. I just read some posts by Arnold Goldman, who owns Monster Makers. He says that it's not being, he says it's not any different. But I'm hearing a lot of complaints that bubbles. And it could be that, you know, maybe the air is drier than normal. Maybe people have been making masks all summer, where you tend to have more humidity, and now that we're turning into winter, it's drier outside in general, and maybe their mold is dry, and that's giving you bubbles, because that happens too. Make sure your mold has moisture in it to help pull that latex through. There's a lot of factors. I wouldn't just blame latex.
Cobweb says Dapper Cadaver has great pickled punks.
Dapper Cadaver, Black Moth, and Gemini Company.
Gemini Company, yeah.
Those three are kind of the good ones right now for that.
Hey, Edie. Say hello.
Hello. I'm a little concerned about this because I have a bit of a fold happening. See how that's tucked in? Well, if this plastic weakens too much and this folds in on itself, all of this is going to come over. And I would rather that not happen.
Gotta get something else?
I don't know. I might just live dangerously. What would you do in my scenario, wife?
We'll brace it with clay. I mean, just take a couple of bricks of the clay, are still soft. Just keep them with the plastic, so they're not compromised, and then just kind of brace them with the clay. Let it kind of push into the clay and make a little nest. You afraid it's going to fall over?
Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Steve Zalman, in the words of an inventive man, just wing it.
Yeah, just wing it.
David says, turn the bucket over. Oh. Any tips to reduce the chance of air bubbles?
Turning the bucket over, much easier before this 60-pound mold was full of 45 pounds of plaster. Can probably still be done. To reduce air bubbles, yes. I keep a spray bottle over there, and I mist some water into the mold first, and then I do a paint-in layer, and I look for air bubbles, and sometimes I'll even take the air sprayer and blow the bubbles off the surface. If I see bubbles, I'll pop them with the air pressure, and then I do my pour. So you have to make sure that your thin layer doesn't dry, because you can get some pullback and weirdness, but other than that, no. Yeah, those are my tips, yo.
As you can imagine, you're getting a lot of suggestions. This is stronger on the half lead. Stop, drop, and roll if it does. Makeshift impromptu latex suit. Put it in a 5-gallon bucket. Strap it to the table. Bungee cords. Lisa says this table makes me nervous that the dogs might bump it.
This is a very solid table. Okay, it's a fairly solid table.
Perfect use for a shot monkey. Stand here and hold this. I'm eating pumpkin cheesecake and watching Stilby Studios.
That means your life is good.
What is the best way to make an ice effect?
Well,
Funny you should ask.
if you just watch my channel, you'll see a lot of those kind of tips on Stilby Studios. Because I'm doing a video. I don't think it'll be a YouTube Wednesday. I think it'll be a bonus video on how I do all kinds of ice and snow effects for haunts and decor and stuff. So that's all coming. But I like the fake polyflake snow. I like buffalo snow, which we use so much of it at dark hour. We don't get buffalo snow, which is the fake roll stuff. We actually get under padding, underlayment. It's not padding. It looks like sheet fake snow, and it comes in a giant roll, and it's dirt cheap. It's wonderful. It's like polyfiber, but it's a mat. I forget the name of it right now, but we buy that. Loctite foam is amazing for ice and snow effects because it's snow white, literally.
You're saying it's batting.
Batting, that's the word. I was thinking matting, but it's batting. Yeah. Okay. Grouch.
Mason Hunter. I got 5 gallons of black latex rubber. Just realized last night that I can't get it to mix with my paint because it's black. It's such a new.
Yes, another reason why I don't use black latex. It limits what you can do with it, so you can't make paint out of it.
Or a Faulkner. I'm not going to just switch from my phone to my son's TV. It was hard driving and watching. Hope I can get the trees out of my car. Angie says just whip it. Milton Knowles would like to know, is it really annoying when the mold sticks?
It doesn't really stick to anything. And if a mold wants to move, it's going to move because the mold weighs a lot.
And Thomas says, cut 2x4s and screw them together into a frame and put it around the bucket.
I don't want to spend that kind of time.
Lady,
That's easy to talk about when it's not your labor.
Edie Blunzer says, do you still dumpster dive for materials?
Absolutely. There'll be a video coming up on that soon, too.
Ryan says, I'm ready for a face hugger to bust out of that thing. Angie Rogers says, good, I need ideas on how to start painting my mask. Hello, Justin Williams, 258.
Hey, Justin.
John C. says, two-faced baby farm animals are more common now. Livestock is free-ranging the land out west and eating false water plants and causing polycephalate. Probably said that wrong. Right, Demon, do you need to set a timer for this mask?
Alexa, countdown, 2 hours. Yes.
2 hours, starting now.
Riot Demon is helpful.
Thanks, Riot Demon. I know that at one point I knew and remembered if Riot Demon was a boy or a girl. Is Riot Demon you're a boy demon, aren't you?
JD says, dipping latex is good for bald caps and flesh, etc., but not mask or prosthetics. What's the difference?
Dipping latex?
Dipping latex.
Dipping latex is kind of like balloon rubber latex. It is meant to be cast really thin. If you look at what rubber glove and latex glove molds look like, they're just ceramic hands, and they're not poured into the mold, they're dipped into it, and the coating becomes the glove. So every now and then you'll see like a drip on the end, but they have air blowers now that kind of blow that little drip off. Yeah, that's it.
Riot Demon is a female.
That's right, you're a girl demon.
Any tips on how to develop a clientele and where one can sell their original masks?
Step one, don't be a dick. And this is often overlooked. Be nice to everybody because you don't know who a potential customer is going to be. I have had people who will message me, and I'm being honest, yet fair, the stupidest possible questions. And then, they'll send me a question every 4 or 5 months, and I'll answer the question, and I'll be nice. And then, 2 years later down the road, they buy $300 or $400 worth of masks because they're in a position where they can. I've done actor trainings at haunts where I'm nice to an actor who, actors don't have a lot of weight, pull, or power. They remember me, and then they get hired as a creative director at another haunt, and then they buy stuff from me. So the easiest way to build a clientele is be nice to everybody. It helps if you also don't mind meeting people and talking to new folks. And trade shows are really good for that too. If you're not doing well online, it doesn't mean you won't do well at a trade show, because people like to see this kind of stuff in their hand and touch it and hold it. So, and it's easier for them to buy from you online if they've seen your stuff at a trade show and they know what kind of quality it is. Transworld's the most expensive trade show, and it would cost a lot if I didn't do it, because that's where most of my business comes from.
Any tips on any new news on your paint line? Do you have it out by Christmas?
Yes, it'll probably be out by Christmas. We're going to try very hard to have it out by Christmas. I've just had too many orders, Christmas orders. I'm too busy making money to stop and make money, if that makes any sense.
Kat says, truer words were never spoken, Alan. A bad encounter with a person will spread like wildflowers.
Yes.
Here. Super bad PR. Edie would like to know where you're going to transfer.
Yes. And haunted houses are very, inbred is not the right word, incestuous. Haunted houses are very incestuous. So you might have had a negative dealing with someone at one haunted house. Well, the next year, 2 or 3 of those guys work at a different haunted house, and then they're not going to order from you either. So step one is be nice. Step two, make a quality product. Focus on the quality of your product. And when I say quality, I may mean quality of the idea and the concept. If all you're doing right now in today's climate is churning out clown masks just like what other people make, you're not going to do great because other people are already doing that. That niche is filled. But if you are making unique and interesting things, and you're the only one doing it, then you're going to get more orders. I have a niche. My niche is haunted houses. Now, I've been in my niche long enough where I've also carved out, I'm kind of a go-to werewolf guy. I'm kind of a go-to Christmas mask guy. I'm a kind of a go-to stilt guy. So I have a couple niches that I'm hardcore in, and then I have a few that I just kind of back up a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it says a person not buying today may be the person buying tomorrow.
Yes.
Telling their friends to buy from you. John C. says the Grouch at the same look looks like it could be a Yeti. Jekyll and Hyde Creation says pretty Grouch. He looks like Oscar or a Jeff.
Okay.
Edie Blunter says she'll see you there. She's very excited.
Awesome, Edie. I love that.
Angie Rogers, I've been sharing a lot about this channel to everyone I know.
I appreciate that. And if people could find a video of mine that they like and then share it on social media of some kind, that would be very appreciated, because this is the time of year where I start losing a lot of my audience, because you guys right now, you're hardcore. You know, you love Halloween, you love monsters, you love mask making, you love making stuff. So you follow the channel year round, and it's not even a concern to you that, oh, it's not Halloween anymore. But there's a lot of folks who pick my channel up towards Halloween and then they stop. So, yeah. Yeah.
Bob Webbs says, love that you took a shot at clowns, and he has super chatted $5.
I didn't necessarily take a shot at them. I just said that that market is saturated. So if you want to get into the market and make a killing right now on your unique clown designs, you don't have unique clown designs, and stop it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
John says to picture him in white fur with appropriately different skin color.
Yeah, the nose. The nose will not allow me to see anything but a Grinch or a Who, because he has that little Grinch nose. Right up there. Okay.
It's always Halloween, can't wait. Scary people love the mask. I just like seeing people make cool things, and you make cool things.
Hey, thanks. I too enjoy making cool things.
Halloween is every day. Believe the Angel video, I love it. Hello, Dalton Fears.
Hey, Dalton.
Aside from Bigfoot, what other cryptids have you created? Oh, Lord.
Oh, well, I make a lot of Mothman masks. I've probably done 5 or 6 versions of that. Mothman, Goatman, Gamera's not a cryptid.
Chupacabra.
Oh, Chupacabras I've done. I do a lot of Bigfoot. I do a lot of Yeti. I really like creepypasta, so, you know, I've done some of those. Yeah, there's lots. Let's just say many.
Have you ever used cosplay? It's a flexible polyplate. I just ordered 2 pounds for some sculptors. I'd like to be able to ship without breakage.
Yeah. Yep, I like them. Cosplay is good. It has its positives and negatives. I like it. It's good stuff.
Jekyll and Hyde said the Losers Club killed Pennywise. Clowns aren't scary anymore. Dalton Fears, quick question if you don't mind. I'm sculpting out polymer clay and air dry clay, but both seem to crack the next morning. Any suggestions?
Well, you can mix a little bit of mineral oil into your polymer clay, just a little bit, like wet your fingers with it, and that will help. But air dry clay, it's just going to crack in any kind of a thickness. So just be aware, it's not meant to go on very thick. You know what? It actually has a sweet spot. Just too thick or too thin, it's going to crack. The polymer clay, you might have a little bit of an older batch, work a little bit of mineral oil into it with your fingers and stuff, and that should not crumble or crack near as bad until after you bake it, of course.
Hey, Tom wants to know what is a cryptid.
A cryptid is a cryptozoological animal. It is so when most people say cryptid, what they mean is an animal that has not yet officially been recognized by science. Before a bonobo was a type of great ape, it was a cryptid. Probably, if I had to guess, the next cryptid that is going to become a real animal is probably the orang pendek, because, you know, like primatologists have seen that and said, hey, that's a thing. So that's probably the next one that's going to move from being a cryptid into being an animal. The cryptids are, they can also be considered animals that are out of place. There's an area of North Carolina where in the wilderness people will see kangaroos every now and then. There's not supposed to be kangaroos in North Carolina. So, you know, that is a cryptid at that point. That's just an animal that's really out of place. People see black panthers all the time in Florida. I saw one of those. I saw a black panther in Florida. And they don't exist either. So, but I saw it, so, you know.
And we're still wondering what we saw in the sky on the way back.
Yeah. Well, we had an interesting UFO sighting, kind of. We just don't know what it was. It disappeared really fast.
Okay. Andrew Rogers says, I've been watching a lot of monster documentaries.
Hooray.
How do I make a mask look like it has ice on it?
You're going to see that today. Stick around. After this mask, I'm going to do a Jack Frost, and I'm going to do ice on it. But it's a special type of, it's sold in a caulking tube. It's a sealant. And I use Lexel crystal clear adhesive sealant.
Andy Ayers says, my granddaughter's cat says hi.
Hello, granddaughter's cat.
Weird kid, hello. Is it true that you're just waiting on labels for the paint going up on your store?
No, I have the labels. I have the bottles. I'm waiting on, I need the time to do it. And I have my board over there. I'm down to like 4 or 5 orders. When I get those done, then we can start mixing and bottling paint.
Ken Smallwood, Monster Camp 7, said, sorry Alan, no such thing as Bigfoot.
Right, that is also a popular theory, that there's no such thing as Bigfoot.
Nessie. Milton Knowles wants to know, should he get chocolate ice cream or chocolate when he goes to get his dinner?
Chocolate ice cream or chocolate?
Or chocolate.
Definitely ice cream. Get the ice cream.
A cryptid is known in the area but unknown to science. The Weird Kid says, my mother swore she saw a black panther crossing the road, believe it or not, in Vermont. Monty Freak says, ever thought of doing the arcane monster from Swamp Thing, the 1982 movie?
Didn't he look a little bat-like?
And Ayer's granddaughter's cat is named Squeaker.
With Dick Durock.
Art Lady Buster says, we have panthers down here. Science refuses to believe they are this far southeast. Ryan Visendart says, the baseball that I got from Dark Hour, the baseball cap, the baseball tee that I got from Dark Hour is one of my favorites to create. When can I get some more of the merchandise for Dark Hour?
Well, come on out to Dark Hour, buddy. Anytime you head this way, let me know. I'll open a shop for you.
What would you use to make Christmas present yard decorations?
I would take boxes, like cardboard boxes. I would wrap them in wrapping paper. And then I would coat them with probably 2 or 3 layers of clear, heavy-duty packing tape. That gives a weatherproof shell on them, and they just look really nice.
Good night, Blue River Molar. Well, I'm using Harbor Freight airbrushes, and they work well. Do you recommend any others for fine details?
Pache H, what I'm using right now. That's what I give to my airbrush lab students. So, Pache H.
Angie Rogers' favorite movies. One of her favorite movies is The Queen of the Damned with Alia.
Okay.
Weird Kid says, I just got my new Swamp Thing series for $10 at Walmart. I love Swamp Thing. I remember buying the very first issue comic book when it came out. Milton Knowles loves that you take his grocery questions so seriously. There's only more people do.
I do. I care about you, Milton.
Would Mod Podge waterproof cardboard work?
That would be a lot of Mod Podge. So it would, but the tape is going to be cheaper. Or, no, there's no point. I was about to say, what I was about to say was you could make the boxes out of corrugated plastic, core flute, corrugated plastic, like they make political signs out of and stuff. Hello, Jonesy. Hey, bud. Hi. Hi, you're wet. It's raining. Yeah, that's terrible. Jones. Now he's over with Mom. Okay. So you could make your boxes out of that, you know, and then, yeah.
Oh. Ken Smallwood says he loves the Grouch mask.
Thanks.
Justin Rim says, do you do all this at your house or do you have a separate shop?
Well, okay, it's all on my property, but the shop is about 100 feet from the house.
You mentioned you're going to get a 3D printer. What are your plans for it?
I want to print some eyes and teeth.
Everybody's excited Jonesy's here. Does green hair glow in the dark? They glow in black light.
It actually does. That's not a thing that they sell it for, but it is blacklight reactive. But it glows a peach color. It doesn't glow green. It glows a peach color. But you could always mist it with fluorescent green spray paint if you wanted to.
Tina, that's so cute. They have a new kitten named Binks. Says hi to Jonesy. Are you going to make a bodysuit for the Grouch?
I already have one and sell one, yes.
Cat Swift says, I use the plastic card from political signs for my bases for terrain.
Yep.
Get them for free following a campaign. They usually give them to you.
You know, if you go to a sign shop or go to a sign shop's dumpster, you can get plenty of small pieces of that for free.
Where do you buy your craft from?
Monterey Mills. Monterey Mills. Why is this hard? Oh yeah, I don't have my glasses on. This is just coating 1 of paint, all for the teeth, and I will do this, and then I'm going to work on the hair of the Grouch.
Anthony Pantano said, old man mode activated.
That's right.
And the air says, I'm making a Grinch-inspired sleigh out of cardboard for a lawn decoration, and I needed to figure out waterproofing. Cat Swift, the duct tape with side edges like a hinge, and it'll fold up for storage after the holiday.
Yes.
Basement owner, I made letters and numbers with my 3D printer to push it to clay to make tombstones.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's got a lot of uses, and So something happens when you have a certain tool. Like before I had the laser cutter, I didn't think laser cutter thoughts. Now that I have a laser cutter, I'm able to think in laser cutter, and I'm developing more and more and more and more uses for it. Which is why I really want a bigger one.
Have you seen from your kid's show math? He did a great job on his first one.
He did. He did a great job. I talked to him actually independently, and I kind of got a sneak peek. Yeah. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. I like him a lot.
Brian Demon says, y'all ate turkey for Thanksgiving. What do you eat for Christmas?
The Christmas meal is not as big of a deal, in all honesty. I think there's so much going on. You have all this new crap, and then, you know, I don't think the Christmas. I've never really had like a Christmas dinner the same way that you have a Thanksgiving dinner.
I will make fried rib.
But Shannon will, on occasion, make something amazing. But she makes something amazing all the time, so I don't really think of it as special. So she's probably going to do prime rib for this Christmas, which is exciting because I freaking love prime rib.
Andy Ayers says pizza. This is good too.
Hey, I don't turn down Chicago pizza, man. Now, the true test. Do I have any green hair over there? Am I stocked well enough where I can do grouches on a whim?
Mama Dazi says you're spoiled.
I am spoiled. You're correct. I won the wife lottery.
Brian Demon says, yes, prime rib.
What in doubt? Prime rib.
Susan Atai says, how about setting up a GoFundMe for a bigger laser printer we can all chip in?
You know what? I don't know. I don't necessarily. We're about to launch Patreon very soon, and I'll see how that does. But I don't necessarily. I don't know. It's a consideration. It's something to consider.
Any tips on getting started taking commissions?
You have to make enough stuff for people to see your stuff, so make more things. However many things you've made, make way more and take pictures of it, and then other people see your pictures and they will say, hey, will you make me something?
Rob O'Brien says, Thanksgiving is a dress rehearsal for Christmas. Joan C. says, is there a human-sized 3D printer like the one that created Lilu? Just asking for a friend, honestly.
I'm sure there is.
The blue barrel cages that you made we're making them for Christmas lanterns for our driveway.
I love that.
Great idea.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be magic. How beautiful. Oh my God.
That's such a good idea, Cora. I may make you a husband after all. She asked how I would make her a husband.
Aw. Very sweet. Andy Ayer says, I saved pictures of all my builds, even ones I didn't like too much.
Yeah. Remember back when I said don't be a dick? A part of that is not putting down someone else's work. And that is harder than you think. And here's why I say that. I once went to a weapons shop who sells swords and things, and I had a pata, which is an Indian weapon, which is like a gauntlet with a sword on the end of it. Matt Mardigan killed the bad general in Willow with a pata that was on the ground. And I really liked it. And I wanted one for my other arm, because I had one for one arm. I said, can you make me another one? And the one guy said, yeah, that shouldn't be hard. And he called someone else over. Do you think you could screw a pattern weld up that bad? And it just left such a bad taste in my mouth. I kind of walked out. I didn't want to talk to them anymore because they were insulting the thing that I liked. So I didn't want to deal with them. But yeah, just be the importance of being a dick, of not being a dick, can't be stressed enough.
Jamie Paxton says they do a taco bar for Christmas. Keep it simple.
That sounds amazing. One of my favorite things that Shannon makes, it sounds ridiculous, is fajitas. But she grills up fajita meat, she'll do chicken and steak at the same time, and there's all the fixins, and it's fresh, and it's delicious, and I put it in my face.
Anthony Pantano says, be excellent to each other.
Yeah.
Chad Smith says they do a ham at Christmas. Andy Ayer says, I only criticize my own work.
Yeah, don't be overly, in my opinion, this is my opinion, don't be over willing to toot your own horn. I think that my work should toot my horn for me. That's how I feel. So I try not to say, I'm really good at this, I'm the best at this. I don't say, I'm really good at making scarecrow masks. I say, I really enjoy making scarecrow masks, which is a very different sentence. And I think it's just a better attitude to present it. And hopefully it's how you actually feel and you're not faking it.
Captain Mojo wants to know, is the store making fun of their own merchandise, or did you bring the Pata to the store?
I brought the Pata because I bought the Pata somewhere else online from India, and I didn't want to have to order another one from India. But I am getting warm, so I'm taking off my big shirt.
This kid. He's so cold. Chad Smith says, I'm my worst critic. Right, Demon Smith, you end up ordering another one from India.
No, I did not. I ordered a Qatar from India, which I used in the offhand. Similar but better. So, Chad Smith. Food for thought. Saying I am my own worst critic is actually a conceited thing to say. Because what you're saying is, I'm the best at saying bad things about my work. I'm the best at that. So even that, I don't like that as a sentence. I don't like that as a concept. I guarantee you're not your own worst critic. Because there's some dude out there who just watches YouTube or sits on Facebook, and he's going to say terrible things about stuff just because he's a dillweed. And that's why. You're probably not your own worst critic. It's okay to feel that way, but just honestly critique your own work. Nothing wrong with that.
He says, I am hard on myself, Trevor.
That's fine. Just don't say that you're the best at being hard on yourself.
Cobweb says, if my videos suck, you guys tell me. Don't hold back, I can take it.
Unless you want a career in politics.
Mike Jesnowski says, it's okay to make one-of-a-kind stuff. That is all I can do right now.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Cat Swift says, my mother changed our tradition. Had to go to my brother's on Christmas Eve for ham dinner. Problem is, his family is Jewish. Only my mother could have done that. Andy Iyer says, I gotta find a back brace so I can work longer. John C. says, I've been in retail and dealing with other employees in other stores for decades. Some people really stink at it. I have no idea how they get away with it.
Yep. 'Tis true. 'Tis true. I know I've moved around. Here it is. Here we are. Now see, and this gets two kinds of fur. So Stacy did the pattern for this, and she did an excellent job. And we move all this hair around, and then on the edge we're going to put the other type of hair. This is fur. We're going to put on hair.
Horror Beauty says, I think it's essential to critique your work to improve it. Hilltop Zombie Shop. Any tips for cleaning the clay out of molds for thin, long, pointed ears?
Is it wet clay?
Where did you get the hair that you just laid on the counter?
That is she hair. I get that from JBS Hair, and if we're lucky, a link will magically appear in the chat box.
Yes, he's using wet clay.
Power washer. If you don't own a power washer, drive to the car wash and use their power washer. Should cost you about $3 in quarters. It's worth it.
I'm making a headpiece and I'm looking for the best long hair. What do you recommend? Headpiece.
Okay, you're looking for the best, as in I want to spend top dollar to get the best, or I'm looking for something that'll work for what I'm doing and is also probably a good value. Because those are two answers.
Captain Mojo says, I like when people say I push myself too hard, and then I can say not into traffic. Lisa would like to know, is this Grouch getting drool?
Yes, he will get drool. Grouches get drool.
And the long hair, let's go with good looking and best value.
I would go to a beauty supply store, a true beauty supply store, and they're going to have hair weave lengths just like I've got here, and you should be able to find something there that is going to work for you.
Does the Grouch get a haircut?
No, he won't get a haircut, but all this is going to be swept back. And once it's swept back, I'll hit it with a heat gun just a little bit to help it hold that back flow. And that's also going to hide that seam a little bit.
Or you can blend the color?
I will spray some green on all of it, but I don't want to blend the color too much because I mean, it's green, so I want to have several different types of green in there.
Christian Williams says the mask is amazing so far.
Hey, thanks. Give me time. I'm sure I can find a way to screw it up.
Does it have a horn on his head?
Well, that's the Grinch has this little doo-wop of hair, and I'm about to hair that.
Cat Swift, reminder, there's a difference between being critical with your creations and getting hung up on perfection. You're making stuff, just do it and learn from it. Right, Demon, do you have any other cats besides Jonesy?
We have Jonesy, we have Jenkins, we have Tuxedo, we have Doyle.
Cat says, sorry, just the teacher and mom and me coming out. Yes, right, Demon, we have 4 kitties. Jonesy is just currently the kitty that comes in the shop in the evening,
He's the loudest of the cats right now.
right now.
But Doyle gives him a run for his money.
The other cats not come in the shop.
They do. They all come in the shop. They just come in differently. And Jenkins comes in quietly, and like she kind of sneaks in and says, "Hey!" And Doyle and Jonesy will burst in, going, "Hey, everybody!" So yeah, Doyle is the Fat Albert of cats in the way that he announces himself. Walks in the rooms and yells, "Hey!"
Angie Rogers, I hope mine comes out good, giving myself a lot of time so I can do it right. I don't want Alan coming to Tennessee. Hubbub says some baboon tarantulas have a spike on their head. Habit and Mojo, what percentage of hair do you use in synthetic and natural? I sometimes think people look down on synthetic hair But the look is okay if you mat it down. Natural hair has that bounce stuff.
I almost use 100% synthetic because I mean, I want to hit a certain price point with my work, and I could not do that if I use all natural hair.
Is his whole thing Doyle, Ron, Frank, and Kitty?
No, just oil.
Doyle.
That's why you work with clean tables, kids. Just knock my drink over. Luckily, I like these cute teacups.
Aunt Dermot says, well, Grouch is such a cool interpretation of the Grinch. Rob O'Brien says, emo Grouch.
I wanted, yeah, with his flock of seagulls Grouch, to make a reference from yesterday.
Alan, do you happen to have a number for the green hair? It doesn't list on JBS.
This is Style Yaki Weaving 8-inch color green. It's the only green that they have. www.jbshair.com. Green. This is what I have.
Are you having any labs in December after the Christmas push? Does your focus turn to transport?
Yaki Wig, if you want to copy that number down, that's its actual SKU. Kind of. It goes to Trans World, but I also have a monster museum that I have to open, so that takes a little bit of a priority. That's going to be happening.
No labs in December.
Right now, we have no labs planned for December.
Oh, that's nice. Edie, planting lilies tomorrow.
Face plants, lilies.
When did you get started doing what you do?
So, as a haunted house performer, I realized that a lot of the masks on the market I could not see or breathe or work in, and I wanted masks that I could see and breathe and hear in. So, there you go. All right, so that's all pinned on, so that's not going to go anywhere. I want that to set up before I try to style this hair back any. And all this is going to come up into here a little bit, so yeah, but I want that to set.
I'd like to know about the Monster Museum.
What do they want to know about it?
What is it?
It is the Monster Museum that I do at a Renaissance Festival. It is at Scarborough Renaissance Festival in Waxahachie, Texas. And a lot of the monsters that I make, we have a backstory where two hunters have caught the monsters and have done taxidermy displays, so you can learn about all the creatures of the night. Right bank. During this momentary intermission, watch my wife pet a cat.
So thankfully right now no one needs me to type anything because I cannot say no when a cat or dog wants me to pet them. And it doesn't even have to be my cat or dog. It could be, I always ask permission to pet a dog. And hopefully I'm given permission. If not, I don't do it. Very careful. But if I can't pet the dog for whatever reason, I really want to, but I won't. If I can pet a kitty, If you ever go to a shop and there's a shop cat there, like a antique stores or something, or garden area or something, there's a kitty. I try not to disturb the kitty, but oh my God, I have 4 cats at home, and yet I desperately want to pet that cat. So, Jonesy likes to come into the shop and snuggle, and then he's had enough and he'll go out and hunt or do what he does. But all the kitties, this morning I was packing orders, and all 4 cats, for whatever reason this morning, this was the place to be, and they were running, jumping all over everything, and it was rather adorable. So, yes, all kitties. There's Jones!
It's true, the camera does add 10 pounds, Jones.
Oh, don't you say that about my boy.
Maybe it's all them treats.
I was wondering why you got started. I was wondering how, did you have to figure everything out on your own?
Oh yeah, there just wasn't the resources that there are now. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's not a lot of resources right now. There's not enough, for sure. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do with the videos, in order for there to be enough resources for folks.
Have either of you seen the new Spirit Halloween Vampire Bat Prop?
I have not. When you say new, do you mean new for Halloween or new for next year? That's quite the inside scoop you have.
Steve says, I had help. Yes, I had lots of help today. Steve, I was careful to make sure I did not pack a cat in there with it. Mike says, can't wait to see your ghost turn into a mask. We're trying, Mike. It just has to take a back seat to all the orders right now. But I'm excited too. Having a mojo, I've never seen any mask with a devil lock haircut. It's just embarrassing. 12-year-old man needs from experience. Alan and Shannon, what's your most embarrassing haircut? Embarrassing haircut? I don't want an embarrassing haircut.
Well, when I had long hair, I thought I would cut it short, and it didn't do well. Now, real short, I'm fine. But there's that uncomfortable bob length that dudes should not have, halfway between He-Man and Page Boy, and you don't want to land there,
Having a mojo, I cut my own hair when I was 5, and so school pictures don't look very good. That was probably it for me. Cat Swift says, our dog was at my store every day. We had customers only stop by to play with her, and some folks stop on their daily dog walks so the dog can say hi. And cat stores like that get my money. You got a shop pet, I am all over it. Our lady says if it really works, it would be pretty dang cool, and for next year. Robert Bryan says the email Phillips do. Thor says, thank you for doing what you do. Alan looked like Rachel from Friends. That's my air fuel.
I don't know which one that is, but it's possible. I've never seen a whole episode of Friends. I've talked to people while I was on in the room, but I've never seen an episode. The same is true for Seinfeld. The same is true for a lot of those TV shows that were stupid popular.
What kind of glitter are you using to put the hair on with?
I'm using clear silicone caulking.
Linda Cortez says your dogs look cool. They're crashed out, Linda.
They are good doggos.
They are hammered.
They didn't get a nap today.
Kat says it was fun. One person brought her a big dog bed and Minnie brought her treats. She was really loved by it all. Shop dogs and shop cats are the best. Chad Smith, I used to live near a warehouse hardware store that had a shop cat. It weighed around 50 pounds and never saw it move.
Nice. It's a good cat.
That's a great cat. Probably full of mice.
Okay, so this guy has to kind of sit, and I want that to cure for a while. I don't want to mess with this until that silicone is a little more set up. So it goes off to the side. It's time for Jack. He's so freaking frosty.
A.J. Rogers says lazy pups.
Tired pups.
Very
They
tired.
did not get their afternoon nap like they normally do.
Was being pushed today.
What's that like?
Oh, Chad Smith is silly. Hey, Celeste Kitty.
Every now and then, I do this. Hey, the Torquemada, what do they say? No? Okay.
Travis says, my dog takes the all-day nap. She's got it made. Glad to see you aren't afraid of your Frankenstein monsters anymore. So,
They are not. They have become adapted.
hey, Rachel Powell. My favorite movies is Send in the Nuns. He is a big kitty cat. He's not as big as Tuxedo, though. Tuxedo is a really big kitty. Laura Kirchhoff will wake up Ella. She's got stuff to do. John C. says, years ago, my boss yelled at someone who tried to keep a kitten from an abandoned litter outside of the garden center, saying, never ever a cat in store. As of 10 years ago, he's now adopted 3. Yay!
Well, if they're not in the store.
So if the Grinch walked in, a nightclub would glow because he's neon green.
He's not that bright green. Like I said, he glows peach in UV light.
Cats live in the store. They're probably working. Where do those black foundations come from? Did you make them, and if so, how?
So these are sculpted and then molded, and then I pour them up like I poured up this guy at the beginning of the video. Like this is a mask sitting in the mold right now, that giant rock. And then I'll pour that out, let the latex dry, and then I paint it black and I put straps on it so that I can. I don't do a lot of that on live videos because it's not very exciting. Most folks just want to see the, the mask get made.
Stuff you're going to do now.
Yeah, this stuff, the fun stuff. Should just leave them on my head.
Honey, believe Celeste Kitty is having an anxiety attack because the strap on her back brace is twisted. She's having an anxiety attack.
Is it this one? Because it is now.
Why different colors of latex? This is Paul Bennett.
I don't use different colors of latex. I use latex colored latex and then I paint it black. This has already been based. Someone tell him I just based these out. These are not different colors of latex. This is latex paint.
You have any videos of mold making and sculpting the mask?
Oh, I have tons of videos on that. I have tons. I have a whole latex mask making playlist on my YouTube channel, which you're on right now. I'd say probably sculpting is my favorite part. Although painting is really nice too.
Alan just wants to show us the good and the gory, not the ugly.
Not the what?
Not the ugly.
Well, tonight, you guys will literally be watching paint dry. That's what you're doing.
Jail. 5:38. Two of my dogs act like dogs, but Christmas Eve day, they are on their best behavior. My two new pups, I'll see what happens. Hope they get treats. They eat them. Are these Krampus faces?
These are going to be Jack Frost masks. So I'm going to do ice on them, and they get an icicle beard. They get some snow on them. These guys are real fun to do. I'm going to do these guys a little bit differently, though.
There's... Laura says, if this gives you anxiety, you should see him when he dresses for himself at a convention. There's several are having OCD issues with your strap.
I see.
And
So
Cat Swift says, you knew he was going to do that.
So what's funny is that I actually go through in the haunt and I make sure that all pictures are screwed just a little bit crooked, like 10 degrees, like not a lot, just like 5-10 degrees off. And then, people try to straighten them, and, it's just always make sure they're a little bit tilted, because it does mess with people.
My wife and oldest daughter have issues with socks not worn correctly. I like to twist my socks around my foot and then pull the other one almost all the way off and show the extra between my toes and shove the extra between my toes, says Chad.
What is wrong with you?
Sarah says, I really love the idea of the barrel lanterns, maybe bucket lanterns too. We usually do luminaries, but the wind is too bad around here. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
It is a great idea. Paul Bennett, so painting means to preserve latex mask longer? Is painting it preserved in latex mask?
Yes. As the latex its highest rot factor is actually going to be UV light, and any kind of paint on it goes in between the mask and UV light, and it will help the latex not rot as fast.
Ronette Harvey says, well, I usually only watch if I see you are on live, but I think I will go find some. I'm hoping it's the same as interacting with your wife. That's my favorite.
Oh, I'm so glad that you enjoy it. And you know what? This is different. I mean, I have two kind of different audiences for my types of videos. There's the Wednesday videos, and then there's these. But most of the mask making stuff, most of it is live videos, simply because that's such a niche thing. I know that I'm not going to have 50,000 people interested in making masks, so I tend to gear that content for people who are, this year I really made a focus on craft that you can make and stick in your yard. That was my focus for, on YouTube Wednesday since probably April, May. Now I did some mask making stuff in there because I kind of had to, but I did a lot of videos that are direct prop for your yard. And before I was really focused on techniques, and I was ignoring my main audience.
Do you only base masks in black if you're going to dry brush, or do you base all your masks?
I base all of my masks. I only base in black or flesh, and black is much more prevalent. Probably 90% of the things I paint are based in black. That's still pretty wet, so I can't do much with it.
Do you use hot glue or your ice?
No, I don't use hot glue. Hot glue is very milky. There's not a clear enough hot glue. I use a Lexel caulking. This does not look clear right now because I got paint on it. But look at how clear that is. You can see me. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's how clear this stuff is in the tube. And it comes out and it looks like ice.
Slice Kitty says the straps were a thing because of how it digs into my skin. So it's more of me worrying about others. Daza says, to a room full of creative people, if you wanted to dress like a Christmas tree DIY style, how would you go about it? I know that you have great ideas.
I do, actually, and I'm actually doing a video on making a Christmas tree costume. I'm not sure of exactly when it's going to happen, but I build a PVC frame, and then I put on the, I build a full teepee, and then I put on the garland. Right now it's at Lowe's for pretty cheap, and it's at Walmart for cheap. That kind of points off. So, yeah. Just a couple weeks, you'll see a Christmas tree costume video.
Daza says, shut up, yay!
It's happening.
Captain Varga says, green sweater loose over a loose skirt.
Well, if you want to give the artistic impression of a Christmas tree, what I'm doing is, you are going to look like a Christmas tree. Like, when I'm in this and I'm interacting with customers and people, I actually say, for some reason, Christmas trees sound like Bobcat Goldthwait. I don't know why, but when I play a Christmas tree, that's what I sound like. And I tell them, it's just, they can't tell that I'm talking and moving because it's just a picture, so they just think you're taking a picture by a tree. So, yeah.
Rachel Pella suggests brown pants, green shirt, grab some garland and tack sew across the front, grab some plastic ornaments and hang them on the garland securely. And then with a star on it.
Mine is way more complicated than that.
Gene Sanford, doggies are calm. Doggies are hammered, Gene. These dogs are exhausted. Fontaine said, hello, this is puppies. Will there be room for eating pizza inside the tree costume while I wait around?
Yes, there will.
Yes, there will.
Ask Ed Gannon. He's the master.
I can't say thank you enough for teaching us your talent. I wish I had a teacher like you in school.
Well, you have one now.
Catspo says a very simple Christmas tree, green sheet, made into a circle, insert a hula hoop on the bottom edge, and a smaller hoop midway, and a very small at the shoulders. And Jennifer says they look dog tired. They are, guys. These are some tired babies. Our lady says, did you know Bobcat's a Bigfoot fan? He even made a documentary about it.
I did not.
It's kind of cool.
I just liked him in the Police Academy movies. I can't name anything else he's been in.
Okay, I'm going to read this email because it's what you're doing right now.
Okay.
Hughes, you are watching. I know you're watching because you just sent me an email. He's and this is Doug's Grouch that we're working on.
Yeah, it's over there. Yeah.
Okay. He says, I'm wondering about the longer green hair that he's putting around the Grouch mask. That looks very good. Is it possible to include that on the hood, at least around the neck? The longer fur would cover my neck better. Let me know when you get time.
We can add a ring of that around the bottom. Yeah.
I know you're there, Doug. I know you're there. Did you make a heat miser?
Probably not. And I know that Heat Miser was in that one show, but it doesn't look Christmassy. You know what I mean?
Looks like honest woman.
Yeah.
Yes, Edie, the cat is still in my lap. Would it be worth it to buy latex that comes in a base color rather than white? I think Monster Maker sells black and fresh latex.
They do. No, I don't think that's right. Because then there's a percentage of what your mask is that isn't latex. At that point, it's not a latex mask with paint on it. It is a 95% latex mask. And I just don't like it long term.
Would you like to see Jones? I'm just reading it. It's Kitty. He's gonna win your arm, Jones. Jones is blissed out. Celeste Kitty, absolutely. I absolutely worked this week. I've been on call for the last 8 days, 24/7. So yeah, but today I'm finally off and I'm excited. Everybody say hi. The ginger works hard.
I work hard for my ginger.
Little Davis, do you ever make gloves or paws with your creatures? And if so, do you have any videos?
I do and I don't. I do make gloves. I use a glove design that is unique to me, and I keep that for myself for a while until enough other people copy me and sell it, and then I will give it away for free. Now there are some live videos where I'm making gloves, and you could just watch find them, but I don't label them for gloves. It's just kind of one of my designs that I use. And it's not like proprietary or anything. I've never seen anybody else do it. So I like it.
Think what would be Jonesy Boy's life if he didn't come into your family. I know, John. It's cold and rainy outside, and I'm like, where would you be? Where would you be, buddy? God help me if one just shows up at the door, because I will open the door. And so will Alan. He's worse than I am, so. I would absolutely. Alan, do you know how many people you taught how to test a heat gun? I am one of them. Ouch.
I have no idea. If you do it enough, though, you stop saying ouch.
You have a minimum age required to attend one of your camps. Was thinking of a father-son-daughter trip one.
What I say is that you know your kid better than I do. So what's their attention span like? Are they going to be able to work on the same thing for 12 hours straight? That's what we do. It's not like a 4-hour day. It's a 12-hour, it's 3 12-hour days. And idleness will not be tolerated, and tomfoolery will not be tolerated. I'm pretty serious about my mask making.
The answer, Mr. Mike C13, is if you're under 18, you have to have a parent or guardian with you.
Yeah. But he said he was going to bring them, so.
And then even if they're over 18, make sure that they can handle that 3 stretch because it's intense.
Yeah, they've got it. This isn't like a fun art class. This is a lot of work.
It is no joke. If I've got anybody on Monster Camp who's been here before, they will tell you.
You are dead tired at the end of the day.
Heck of a push. This is for us too. Tutwork Studios.
A knocks on the moon!
Bob O'Brien says, but shenanigans are mildly encouraged.
Shenanigans are tolerated as long as you're getting your work done. We have work to do.
I'm fairly new to this YouTube videos. How do I find some of your other videos?
So there's like the channel name. All you do is you hit the channel name, and then that should take you to my main channel page. And then you can hit the videos tab, and you will see all 500 videos that I have uploaded to YouTube. And thank you for joining us. Welcome. Who was that?
That was Donald Davis. Hey,
Okay.
Donald.
Anytime you see somebody who you think is new, go ahead and tell me their name so I can say hi and thank them for joining us.
Yeah. Gene Sanford says I love your channel.
Thanks, Gene. Okay. They're getting white. I'm happy with that. I think 2 coats is going to be fine. It will actually dull down a little bit as it dries.
Celeste Peach said, I will put in 1,000 effort during the weekend. But there is no stopping my squirrel brain and rules pop up. Celeste Katie, I get you. I get you. Part of Monster Camp is you do get to cuddle pets. Mr. Jimmy says hello.
Hey, Mr. Jimmy.
Ronette Harvey, what is a good substitute for lakes? What paint are you using? Acrylic.
What's a good substitute for what?
Ronette, what is a good substitute for late?
Probably latex.
Latex?
Neoprene is a good cold cast neoprene is a good substitute for latex. You can also make things out of silicone.
Hello, Crappy Clown.
Hello, who?
Crappy Clown.
Hello, crappy clown.
Crappy Clown's been with us before.
Yep. And they keep showing up despite the clown hate, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Well, I also said that I remember Crappy Clown wants to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
So despite the name, he wants to be very interested in what we do. So glad to see you, Crappy Clown. Scott Colard, there you go. Scott was Monster Camp 7. And Scott says, take Monday off, you will need it. But Monday is actually field trip day.
Yeah, Monday's field trip day, so take Tuesday off.
Yeah, Scott was in our most recent Monster Camp, and he will testify that it is a push.
Testify.
What kind of paint are you using for Jack Frost right now?
So this is a latex mask paint that I mix up, and soon I'll be selling. It is 1/3 casting latex that I make the mask with. It is 1/3 distilled water, and then 1/3 latex paint from Home Depot.
Celeste Kitty says, so Monster Camp is 4 days?
Monster Camp is 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, if you are still in town and you want to, we go to Biddy Mold Supply, so you can see where I buy all this stuff. And then, normally I'll take folks on a tour of Dark Hour.
JLR, love these masks. Are they for a haunt or customers?
These are for customers, and both of these guys are going to a haunt.
Sanford says, I would love to visit Biddy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why. Like, I want people to see, you know, kind of the other side of it, and meet Mitch and talk to Mitch, and then if you call with questions or whatever, you can say, yeah, I showed up with Monster Camp or whatever, you know. Yeah.
What is Monster Camp?
Monster Camp are classes that we do here at the studio, where we'll have people come, and on between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we sculpt a mask, mold a mask, clean out the mold, pour it up, and Sunday we pull it, paint it, strap it, all that, and you leave with a finished mask. You can see some Monster Camp video footage if you search Monster Camp on my channel. You can see some of like the wrap-up videos and stuff from it.
How can I find out more about classes with you?
Our
website.
We really need, yeah, but see the website, it has what the classes are, like just what we told them. We need a newsletter. We need it so that they can put in their email, and then as soon as we launch a class schedule, we send them the class schedule. This is me having a web meeting with my webmaster. Who I have to be really nice. She's also my wife. So.
Celeste says, cool, I'll plan on 5 days to bug you guys. Gene Sanders says, y'all really need to check out Alan's channel. Thank you, Gene. Crappy Clown, is there an age limit to Monster Camp? 18?
Unless you have parent or guardian.
Chad Smith says, isn't that part of the first stab book? No, Chad, that is not.
Yeah, no, different animal.
No. Steve says, write it down, Biff. Oh, Kitty, you gotta get up. Oh.
Okay, so that is done, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to do a blue rub out now. First, I'm going to go poke the Grinch's hair and see where we're at.
Hey, Rue Newman.
Alexa, how much time is left on my countdown?
One new notification from Amazon Shopping. 2 months ago, you bought 45 glass cabochons on Amazon. How many stars would you rate it from 1 to 5?
5 stars.
No problem.
It's not at all what I asked. Check out my sweet shirt. Monsters of the Universe. Castle Grayskull is Frankenstein. The Wolfman is Beastman. Phantom of the Opera is Skeletor. Evil Lynn is Bride of Frankenstein. Merman is the Guildman. Because they're monsters of the universe. So we're going to take some blue ink.
Where did you get your shirt?
China. I got this literally from AliExpress. It took forever to get here. It took so long to get here that I forgot I bought it.
You have some blue shirts.
I do. I'm going to mix that with 90% alcohol, 99% alcohol. And you know what? That's a little bit too much. I want less ink than that. I'm going for about 10% ink and the rest alcohol. And I'm going to cover this whole thing with it and then wipe it off.
How much does one class cost?
Is it $550, honey?
$550 for Monster Camp.
$550. It's 3 days. All you got to cover is get here and cover your hotel. And we actually cover all your meals while you're here. So we have a host hotel that people stay at, and it's really nice. Okay, it's Holiday Inn nice. It's not like really nice because we are in the country.
Alan, have you heard of Uncle Ray? You guys would get it off.
I don't think that I have.
zombie snail?
There will be a zombie snail in just a moment. Zombie snail is happening, okay? I wanted to get my bottle first.
Hey, Masada, okay? Are you in Dallas?
I'm in the Dallas area. I'm technically about an hour from Dallas. When you need to mix something together, you need to mix it well, zombie snail is your best bet. Your palm right on the top, thumb underneath, 2 fingers come down. This is zombie snail.
Angie Rogers says, I did the zombie snail to my nephew. He liked it. Cat says, you gotta make the sound.
I did make the sound. Yes. Mixing the sound is imperative to the mixing of paint.
Barbara Dawson says, I feel like he's teaching us a spell, an incantation.
Okay, so now I need to get a spray bottle of alcohol, which I have.
A little video Montoya there. When is the shirt going to be available?
I don't know. When I have time to finish it. So that's how my life works, guys. I have way more ideas than I have time. You know, like latex mask paint and stuff. Yeah.
Rachel Powell says, I was painting out a fingernail polish bottle earlier. I totally zombie snailed it.
Yes.
And laughed.
Perfect. That's the way you do. This is how we do it.
Cora Faulkner, Alan, you did the skeleton's ribs and bones with the foam. Can the same idea be used to make skeleton reindeer by placing rods in the center of the bones to make it stand?
Sure. Of course.
That's a fun idea.
Okay, have my blue. I'm going to do a technique called a rub out, where I'm actually going to coat this whole mask in it and then wipe it off and leave it in some of the areas. I don't want to do the whole thing because this is alcohol based and I don't want it to dry. And alcohol does dry pretty fast. I have a rag here with
Mike says, I can't find any alcohol stronger than 77%. Where did you find yours?
buy it on Amazon. Every now and then, Tom Thumb grocery stores will have 91 or 99. So,
Is that Createx paint?
no. This is all mixed paint. 1/3 casting latex, 1/3 distilled water, 1/3 latex home paint, latex house paint from Home Depot. And I can see that I'm just not getting off enough. So, and maybe I made my mix still a little too strong. Probably have 20% in there instead of 10. So I'll just be doing another dry brush is all.
What do you make?
I'm making Jack Frost masks.
Simon Day says, I found 91, I lucked out, but I got there right after they stocked them. Baba Daza says, you know what I would buy? A zombie snail stuffed animal that makes Alan's noise when you shake it. Someone make a note.
Yeah, so the latex paint is what's on there, okay? That is latex paint. This is alcohol-based ink. So by putting this on, I'm going to go ahead and thin this out a little more. I should be able to wipe off the alcohol without wiping off the latex paint.
What makes the dark blue dark?
Ink. This is, yeah, it's ink that I buy. This is Pinata Color Baja Blue.
How's that bucket holding up?
Bucket is doing fine. And basically, I just want to get that blue down in those crevices. And I'll give another dry brush over the top. But I like the thinned a little better than the thicker stuff.
David Quintana says, I have to sleep tonight. The zombie snail's going to keep me up all night.
Well,
Is ALEXA doing your countdown? Does she ever forget you? Do you have a backup?
no, occasionally I forget her. Alexa, how much time is left on my timer?
You have 38 minutes left on your 2-hour timer.
See, I got 38 minutes left.
Sorry I missed it. Is that alcohol or water in the spray bottle?
Alcohol, 99% alcohol.
The cat switch says, he has all of us for his backup. We never let him forget stuff.
No, you all
No,
don't.
you guys are good. You actually really good. Donald Davis, do you have the latex set actually remove your mouth? You mean latex mask that remove the jaw?
Yes, I do make movable jaw latex masks. If you look at this one, you see the sides are set so you could cut the chin off of this one. You certainly can do that on this guy. And this is just, it's a little too blue. It's too blue. So I am hitting it with another white dry brush over top of that ink. But I'm just hitting the real high spots.
Gene Sanford says, the one in the back reads really cool. Wait till it's done.
See, I still have a lot of that blue in there, but I got my white back. I have a white component of this. It's not just a baby blue mask. It is white with blue deeps and black really deeps.
There you go. Trav's garden and Trav's haunted yard. Says he likes the way that looks. Gene Sanford says that's looking frosty. Lucy says the blue baby goat is eating nose. Interesting fact, the zombie snail is a real form of snail.
Don't they get a fungus that causes the problem? Isn't it a fungus that makes them zombie snails? It's either a fungus or a type of ant.
to move it?
Well, you have to pour up 2 masks. So it's not just cutting and reattaching. You, this is the jaw section of a moving jaw werewolf. This strap goes behind your neck to hold it on. This one goes up on top of your head. So there you go. That is how you attach. But what you do is you cast 2 masks. That way you have some room for overlap. Like if I just cut out the chin, then as soon as it moves a little bit, there'll be a big opening. So there you go.
Miss Cosplay Studios says hello.
Hello, Miss Cosplay Studios. Hope things are going well for you.
More minutes for the cast mold ready.
About 30, I think. About 30 till I can pour out.
There's a conversation going about zombie snails, hammerhead tapeworms, and what have you. Fungus and what have you. Spores. I don't have any time for that.
And wife says, ick.
Well, it's an interesting conversation. They're all having a talk.
Every now and then we have an entomologist on, and while I know that snails are not bugs, he might know. Okay, so I need to hit that other one more time with a white dry brush. Because the white looks stronger, and then that blue bleeds through. And so that's going to take me about 2 coats.
Ron Ed Harvey says, to me, making a mask isn't what it's all about. It's about the artist. All artists can start with the same foundation, but the outcomes are tremendously different, and you are definitely an artist.
Well, that's why I love selling blanks to people. I want to see what they do with it. I'm just giving you bones. I'm giving you a skeleton. Even look at how many different things I do with the same sculpt and mold. You know, we do a lot of stuff. I can do 5 Krampuses that are all the same mask, but they all look very different. Yeah, I do like this look a little better than just the airbrushed blue. And see, and that's a problem that I have, is that I'm selling things on my website, so I need the consistency to be there. If they order something, it's got to look like it. But if I think of ways to do it better or different, then I want to try those. And this is a little different.
Robert Daza says, I love that you do that, Alan, by selling the blanks. That's so fun for the person who buys it. The blanks.
I think so too. And it might not be that people don't have the skills or whatever. They might not have a workshop. They might not have a place they want to get covered in plaster guns, you know? So, yeah. And now I think our Grouch is ready. This is how it works, guys. You move from one project to the next, and you layer your projects up. So you always have something to do.
Blackcraft is hoping the customer ordered blood running down his mouth.
They did not. But at least Blackcraft now knows they can't just say, sure would look cool with some blood running down his mouth. I'll say, well, the customer didn't ask for that. That's a regular for you.
Madame Marie says, thinking about surprising and kidnapping my boyfriend. And whisking him away to Texas for the monster class. Has anyone ever done that before? Just sign up, drop him off, and drive off?
No.
That's
No.
No.
If you do that, pack their underwear and stuff so they have the
wild
right things.
romantic, not good for what we're going to do.
3 days.
I applaud your romance and how to surprise them, but
I think you could say, hey, pack for 3 days of spelunking, you know, because shop clothes are a big deal. I don't want you to have nice clothes, you know.
But there's also a lot we have to know before they get here.
Yeah, we do set some things up before they get
There's
here.
a lot of preparation for each student, Madam Marie. Each student, before they get here, we have a lot of prep for them. So, I love your romance, but yeah, I did monster camp. Does sound romantic though. She says he loves you guys. Blackcraft, I know how to ask questions now. I've been watching you guys for a little while. Yeah, Blackcraft. We gotcha. Gene Sanford says it's like me. I have no workspace for casting.
Yeah, I understand that. That's a legitimate concern.
Good chair says I don't know if it works for latex masks, but I use white primer and then I want to paint over the dark.
Well, that's one way of doing it. I prefer to use blacks because dark underneath, I dry brush. And I prefer to dry brush over the black.
Masks are looking great.
Thanks.
Says some dude said wing it, so I just cut out a pattern on my own. I hope what these toy soldiers are getting to be okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Cat Smith says, might be a better idea to sit him down and watch a Monster Camp update and give him the gift certificate for a camp. Then you can plan the details. Yeah, I love the romance of the idea, but Madam Marie, one of the things that Monster Camp students have to do is they have a little homework before they get here. And that totally depends on what they want to make, and he would have to make some decisions before he got here, because when you guys get here for Monster Camp, you come in, you get your spot, and you put your apron on, and you start working fast. It's not a relaxed atmosphere. It is not a relaxed schedule. And he would be sitting there trying to figure out what he's going to make and doing Google and all this, and he'd fall behind.
Want to tell a little bit about it while I tinkle?
You want to put me on the, I can't get up, I have a cat on me.
Okay.
All right, Jones and I are going to talk about Monster Camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do something illicit.
Okay. So again, and Scott Colhart was just recently at Monster Camp. I'm sorry, you guys can't really see me that well. But again, one of the things that Monster Camp students do is once someone has signed up, we get them started on like a pre-class. And you're going to have to come up with 2 complete designs of what you want to make. And you can make anything you want, but you have to have 2 complete designs. And those 2 complete designs are including ears, eyes, teeth, nose, skin texture, hair, horns, whatever it is, but you have to have pictures of it. And before you get started, you and Alan are going to go over your ideas, and he's going to help you figure out what's going to be the best thing for that class. And that's just the best thing for that class for your first time at Monster Camp. In the future, he says, well, I really wanted to make a dragon. Okay, well, in the future you can make a dragon, but for this class we're going to have you make,
Potato.
We're going to go with your troll idea, because you've got a certain amount of time to do everything, and you want to be able to accomplish that goal by the end of the 3 days. So, again, I love the idea of the romance of it. I still hope he comes. It's a very romantic thing. It was okay. It was just Daddy.
Just Daddy making a
It was
noise.
just Daddy. So, anyway. Yeah. Lucy says, I'm going to do a mask version of Painting with a Twist for next Halloween. What a fun idea. Lucy, I love it. Ryan Harvey says, I'm in a trailer park, so no storage, but the bedrooms that I own, I use a middle-sized room, tore out the carpet, painted 3 layers of films, going sheets of glass from the wall on one end. I can't. That's awesome.
Cool.
Hey, Robert White. Fretwork Studios. One of the challenges working in a very large scenic shop is getting 12 artists to paint everything to look the same.
Yes.
Like the same hand did it. Do you use help with your paint class?
I do. But I have to train them my way of painting so that everything looks the same, just like you said.
Can't spray paint because it floats in the rest of the house, but I can do a lot of other things. Get you a blanket and have some fun. Our Beauty says, it looks like the Grouch is getting his hair did.
He is getting his hair did.
Ron says that looks great. Mr. Jimmy says I can smell the plastic too.
Yeah.
Our Beauty says, what are you spraying on the hair?
That is Plastidip Glossifier. I'm using it like hairspray. It's going to give a little bit of hold to this. See what that did?
What's Glossifier?
It's this.
Oh my gosh. You're so tired. Harvey says it's like my Aunt Smith's hair. It's not moving.
No, I don't want it to move.
Black Cat says I may have to start using that in my hair.
Probably not a great idea.
Can you wait for Cambridge to leave us and see top what you're doing? How long will that last?
Well, it turns like into plastic almost, so it lasts a good long while.
Fred Shea, hello Alan, hello Shan, sorry I'm so late. Probably getting time to wrap up, and I wanted to say, the math looks awesome. I'm hoping to catch more of the craziness later. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Have a good night. Does the glossifier work instead of working all types of hair?
Pretty much, yeah. Every type I've ever used it in, and I use it a lot. See how I'm adding another color of hair, but that's blending them in, because I'm airbrushing both of these with the dark green.
Do you ever make puppet props?
I do make puppet props, yes. And I actually have one of the companies that I want to start one day is Haunt Puppets. Because there's a lot of applications for puppets that we're not taking full advantage of. VFX Creates does a great job. Kevin Albee does a great job. But there's a lot more puppet products that I think haunted houses could benefit from that we're just not getting right now.
Nobody's going to sleep. Show Celeste that you've taken your straps off. This will make her very happy.
I'm strapless.
Abadaza says, I'll work for your puppet prop business. Mr. Jimmy says, was there ever a video of the Hunchback put together?
No, because I haven't launched that product yet. That's one I'm kind of keeping in my back pocket. He is a giant puppet, but I don't have a video of him all the way done because while I soft showed him to you guys, I have not launched that as a product at this point.
Blackcraft says, I'd hate to run into that Grinch. He looks like a biter.
Yeah.
Chad Smith says, I was excited when I saw VFX was doing the GoFundMe to do a building class. Bummed it didn't work out.
Yeah, I think that they were just hoping for a little more response to that.
So let's give these one. See, Gene Sanford, I'm finishing up a half-body zombie that I used soft foam for the head and neck to puppeteer a movable mouth, neck, and head.
Cool.
Fred Shea says, what color would you do the eyes on that? Green or would you do red?
Well, it's the actor's eyes, so it's whatever they've got. But if it was like a meet and greet, I think that Grinch has yellow eyes, so I probably, if they wanted contacts, I'd say go with yellow contacts. Okay, now I need this to dry. I'm happy with all of this. Once his teeth dry up, then I can add drool. So now I flip over and I go to a Jack Frost and I put on an ice beer. I need an ice beer. It's gotta be ice. It's gotta be a beer. And it's got to be on his face. I'm making Jack Frost. I'm holding out for a Jack Frost till the morning light. It's gotta be blue and he's gotta be white. He's got to be beard made of ice. I need a Jack Frost. I don't like coughing, man.
Do I need to look at my chart paper?
How you go?
I'm at 8%.
You'll probably be all right.
Run it, Harvey. Do you have a bad back or are you trying to prevent back problems? Is the flooring affected? How about your wife? Can she handle the long hours on the floor?
I am using,
That's so strange.
I am in, if I've been out here at least 10 hours today. So, you know, I'm out here a lot. So if I'm on the concrete floor, my back hurts, you know. I have not been kind to my body. I treated it like a rental pretty much my whole life. So, yeah.
Lisa's excited. It's almost sparkle time.
Almost sparkle time.
Are the teeth hollow or solid? This is Paul Bennett.
The teeth are latex. They're poured up with the mask. They're mostly solid because of how thick I pour up my masks.
Scott Coolhart says, Monster Camp was a lot of fun, but it was hard work. Do not pick a dragon. It is way too big to bring home. At $5.50, it's one of the best deals around. Thank you, Scott. Jack Levine said, I just choked on a cup of tea. Love that song, Adam.
Sorry.
Storytime intermissions. Celeste says, good question, Ronette. Do you guys take any vitamins to help with joints, etc.?
Well, during haunt season, I normally take glucosamine chondroitin and something else I take for joints too, because doing stilt walking and stuff, it's just a good idea. And there's a joint supplement powder that I use, which is mostly crushed crayfish shells.
Really?
Crazy, yeah. That's what it says. And ever since I read that, I can taste it, and I'm like, blah, 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 every time I have it. Yeah.
Kat says that was why he was putting the zip ties in the mold to help with no bubbles in the teeth.
Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to do my ice beer here. I'm going to start on the other side, so you won't see it until I come over to this side, obviously.
Yeah, Scott, you did make a big mask, but you got it home. We were worried.
You got the mask home. You didn't get the mold home.
Where's the mold?
The mold is out back.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get it to Scott. Scott, now you gotta come to Transworld, pick up your mold.
Or MHC again. He made MHC
That's
one
right.
day.
Grumpy Creations, Monster Camp sounds fun, but I'm probably too much of a novice to go through it. I've only done 3 play sculpts in my whole life.
No, not at all. Most people are novices. That's actually the best. I don't mind that at all. Are you a novice who can listen, or are you a novice who thinks they already know everything? If you're a novice who can listen, then my friend, we can work together and make something awesome. I've had both types at Monster Camp. One is significantly more fun than the other.
What is the glucosamine you take? Chondroitin?
Glucosamine chondroitin.
Jekyll and Hyde said that must have been a big dragon hole.
Yeah, massive.
Scott was bold, brave and bold in his decision.
He was not scared.
He was not afraid.
And I know it's hard for you guys to see what I'm doing because it's clear.
How long are you going for tonight?
I'm going to finish this guy's beard because the other guy's beard is the exact same. And then I'm going to add drool with this stuff on, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll probably finish this beard and be done.
And pour out the mold.
Yeah, and pour out the mold.
Why are you going in on a downward motion with the pulp?
Because I want it to make an icicle. See how that runs off and makes an icicle? So I'm putting on kind of a blob, and then I'm dragging it down to make it look like an icicle.
Cat Swift said, I would be concerned I wouldn't get anything done at Monster Camp because I would follow Alan around just watching and listening to everything he said and did.
I'm in the room with you, and you'd be surprised. A lot of people get so involved in their own project, they just kind of forget I'm here. But then I'll come by and say, hey, how's this? And then I'll bring the wire by and help you.
Grumpy Creation says, I have no ego. I'm always willing to learn. That's why I like YouTube.
I have an ego. I don't have a huge ego, I think. I try to keep my ego in check when it comes to stuff, but I have an ego. It's hopefully not a negative one.
Gene Sanford says, I hate giant, heavy, bulky plaster molds, though my back does.
Yeah, my back doesn't like them either.
Celeste Kitty says, I am like a puppy. I'm full of energy and ready to learn anything with a heavy dose of bouncing off the walls. But learning, yay.
Now I'm doing that second layer of beard, and we're just making it look like ice.
Travis says, your ego is not your ego. Baba Daza says, how do you clean dust off a flopped surface?
Air compressor and just blow it off, or a can of air, because the flocking is glued on, so it's not just going to come up, you know.
Paul Bennett says, add an ice mohawk. Just kidding. Blackcraft says, noted, that's awesome looking. I got confused and I thought you were putting normal hair on it. I like the ice beard. Scott
Yeah,
Colhart-
Jack Frost is kind of special.
Scott Colhart says that he hopes to make it to Transworld.
I'd love to see you there, sir.
Jamie Thaxton says, not the wire.
The wire.
Celeste Kitty says, he seems so excited about that, about her enthusiasm.
Oh, I don't mind that at all.
Are all of these tonight for another large order?
This is 2 orders. The Grouch is 1 order all by itself, and then there is the others. have a request for some attention, and I will give it. All right, Boris. There you go, buddy. He just woke up. He's like, hey, I want some pettings. That'd be awesome.
Well, it says the shading and accents from the white and blue are wonderful. I'm glad you got it close. Hello, buddy. Okay, boy. Hi, baby. A good boy. A good boy. French, do you have any monster camps for set design or haunted house creations, or is that something that you've already done in the past?
Okay, so I want to do some on painting, like mural painting for haunts. That is something that I'm going to do one on. I have the space here to do it. And we can do it, knock out a number of projects and show techniques and stuff. So I think that'll be a blast. But, no. Now, the being able to do like foam-filled props and things, I think that that's all possible.
Good night, Captain Marga.
Good night, Captain Marga.
Kat says, I think that the wire is brilliant, so much easier to take out the bulb, and I've shared that tip with many folks. Felicia says, have you seen the talking button for dogs? I have not.
I have. They're just going to stomp on the treats button over and over. That's what they're going to do.
How many days is Transworld when and where?
St. Louis is a trade show for haunted houses to buy stuff. And it's also for people who produce Christmas events and things. So, yeah. I really hope.
Mike, it's in March.
Yeah, it's in March, I'm sorry. And in St. Louis.
In St. Louis in March. And you can go to the website, the Transworld St. Louis, and it can give you the actual dates. I don't have a calendar in front of me right now, and I have a cat in my lap, which means I can't type. So, but
you see what a priority you are to her.
I am holding a cat. Celeste Kitty says, is there any chance of doggo visitors at Monster Camp?
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't stop them if I tried.
Have you seen the ads lately on Facebook for dirt cheap silicone masks? I'm not going to, but I'm really curious what you would get exactly.
Oh, you would get a latex mask that is garbage.
Okay.
Garbage. Yeah, you would get a latex mask that is garbage. Trust me.
Gene Sanford says you get a shoddy latex version looking to be a copy of an old man's super soft version. Blackcraft says, have you ever made costumes for the dogs?
No, I have not, because I want them to love me. Now, I put a little bit of this stuff on here.
Steve?
Why are we thanking Steve?
He got the dates for Transworld.
Oh, thanks, Steve. That top edge, I put on some fake snow.
There you go, Lisa. Alicia said sparkle time.
Spark time.
I hope she's watching. Are you there, Lisa? Oh no, Kat says, no. Like I have an emotional support dog. Would she be allowed, or will she need to stay with grandma during camp?
I would probably say stay with grandma, simply because we don't know how our dogs would react. So
Lisa's excited about the sparkle. Cat Swift says, is Transworld industry only, or is it open to the public?
it is technically industry only, but if someone needs an invite, let me know and I can help you out.
Gene Stanton says, dog suits could be gold for your shop, Alan. Nobody's really hit that yet.
That's because a dog is going to wear a costume for 20 minutes. Like, yeah, leave the dogs alone. They don't want to wear a costume. They don't understand. They don't like it. I think I need to hit these eyebrows too, don't I? Yeah, I think I have done eyebrows on them before.
Big cat. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Scott. Goodness, covered cat hair. Robert White suggests maybe the tip of the nose.
Well, it wasn't like that in the pictures, so I can't. Because then the customer could say, hey, in the pictures it didn't have it on the tip of the nose, and I don't like it. I'm going to send it back to you.
Our Beauty says, I want a snot sickle on one of those sometimes. I love these guys.
These are fun. And nobody right now is making these guys like I make them. And I like how these turn out. I like how they do.
Celeste Kitty says, it's always good to ask. I don't want to be a Karen. I need my dog. But she's an 80-pound husky mix, and I can't sneak her in my purse.
No, it's hard to sneak a husky on anything.
Mike Chisinowski says, don't you have a DVD on haunted houses?
I have several DVDs. Most of them are for training. One is for planning your haunted house. So,
Look at Chad. How many of those hats do we have left?
I just bought 9.
Oh, did you? I'm
Yeah.
so glad. It's like, those are the perfect hats, but I was like, man. Oh, baby. You're my boy. Bob says, how has ALEXA not gone off?
Alexa, how much time is left on my countdown?
No new notifications.
Alexa, how much time is left on my timer?
You have 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on your 2-hour timer.
Rob's looking out for us.
That's close enough. That is a Jack Frost mask, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Frost, right there.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for looking out for us, buddy.
Now it's time for hernias. I got to pour the creep out.
Hey, Misty. Misty, there, Misty.
Okay.
Craig says it's looking damn good. It's turned in. Is that the hot glue trick?
No, that is actually, it's not hot glue. It is Lexel silicone sealant.
Can you buy a Jack Frost year round?
Of course. Yeah, they're on the website. That's one you can just buy it up. This is a Wheaties moment. And now that has to drain for about 10 minutes, and then I'll rock it to make sure it all comes out of the chin. But I think that's a good point to stop. We have drained what we started. Jonesy has completely shut down productivity on this end of the studio,
I can't
as
move.
you can see.
There's a cat on you. You can't move when there's a cat on you.
Yeah.
You guys understand?
Yeah.
Get it? There's the puppers.
There are puppers.
Hello, Papa.
Hello, Boris.
You're awake.
Hey, Boris. Cheney.
Cheney's awake.
Cheney's
Hi,
awake.
babies.
Hi, guys.
Did you have a nap?
Cheney. Cheney, are you a good
No.
boy?
We had a nap.
Okay. All right. Wife, say goodnight.
Good night.
I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And go make stuff.